If you get married and you have to put a contract in play, then why are you getting married? That's what I'm trying to ask you.
It's all about protection, though, Acho.
You need protection from a person you just vowed your life to?
Yo.
Dak Prescott, star quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys, has been thrusted into the cultural discussion after he announced that he will not be marrying his fiancée. Now, it is being alleged that this comes after his fiancée turned down a prenuptial agreement. Now, for his sake, I think that it's smart because inevitably she wasn't with you shooting, or rather throwing in the gym. But because this is now the cultural discussion, there's been debates all over these social media streets into the reason for prenuptial agreements, specifically if you think that you're going to be with this young lady or this person in general for the rest of your life. We're going to head over to the Speakeasy channel up on YouTube, over 2 million subscribers. The only brother on here that I recognize right now is Mr. Emmanuel Atchu. If you guys remember, he is the alleged Droid Taylor cheek clapper. But he is on the side of what's the reason for prenuptial agreements. And there's another brother up on here that's just like, hey, bro, you are crazy. What is it that you're thinking? We're going to go over here for the spirited discussion and diagnose the situation the best way that we know how. So let's get after it. Without further ado.
Look, man, moving forward, we got to talk about my quarterback. So Dak Prescott and his fiance have reportedly called off their wedding over a massive prenup standoff. After securing a historic $240 million contract, Dallas Cowboys quarterback Dak Prescott and his fiance Sarah Jane Ramos were supposed to be celebrating their upcoming April wedding. The rumor is that Dak spent the last few months pushing hard for a rock-solid prenup to protect his new bag, and she flat out refused to sign it. That underlying tension finally boiled over into a massive screaming match right on the yacht, leading to their entire wedding being permanently shelved. If she really walked away just because he wanted to protect his contract, did Dak actually dodge a massive bullet here?
Can I give a hot take?
Oh wow! But before you get a hot take, how they know all this stuff? This is
I don't know what that. The whole second half of that is
the point.
This is allegedly.
Allegedly. Nobody sue us.
Because the yacht screaming is crazy. How you know? Were you on the yacht?
But if I'm giving
So it was alleged that there was a joint bachelor and bachelorette party, and there was an argument on the yacht during it. But to their point, this is all allegedly because this didn't come out of Dak's mouth. Let's go.
A hot take. I'm anti-prenup. I'm anti-prenup. I believe that if you need a contingency plan for marriage, you shouldn't be marrying them. Oh my God. If you need to protect yourself from your future partner who you have to lay in bed with every night, the potential mother or father of your children, you shouldn't be marrying them. A prenup to me is like a seatbelt on an airplane. If you need that seatbelt on an airplane, you got way bigger issues than the seatbelt.
Okay.
Airplane going down.
Okay.
So
I can't believe.
And I got money. I'm actually anti-prenup. I understand the thought process behind it, but if you're entering into like a covenant with an individual who quite literally controls your life, you will be asleep next to them every single night. They control whether you live or you die. If you're in the hospital on life support, they dictate if the doctor pulls the plug or does not. And you want a prenup? I'm just anti.
You know what's interesting is that he said that this is a hot take when this is the mainstream narrative take. And in fact, the hot take is the takes that I have. No prenup means that the government is signing your marriage contract, and the government does not have your best interest in mind. It has the government's best interest in mind. If you get married, there is a 50% chance that you will get divorced. Let's utilize his airplane analogy, all right? The marriage itself is the airplane. The seatbelt is the prenup. Riding an airplane that has a 50% chance of going down is the issue, not the seatbelt. The prenup or the seatbelt is not the issue here. And in fact, studies show that people who sign prenuptial agreements end up having longer lasting marriages. And not just longer lasting, but there is a lower divorce rate.
And I don't know what it is, but lately, we just been disagreeing. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. Go ahead, get him.
I stand with Dak and the number 4 Cowboy shirts right here. What?
Get him.
Okay.
Wow.
All right.
Do you got a car?
Of course.
Do you drive?
Of course.
Do you drive every day?
Of course.
Okay, bet. Do you look to get in a car accident?
Never.
Oh wait, do you have car? Do you have insurance? Car
Of course.
Insurance. He wants to get married. He's not looking to get a divorce. But in the event that it might happen, I've got security. Same way when people got a car insurance. You got a car, you drive every day, you see it every time. But in the event if I get in a car accident, I'm protected. All I'm saying is this, man. Like, to make all that type of money, right? And you see times where people get divorced and they talk about the person gets half. I look at the Tiger Woods situation. Tiger Woods, I mean, he was wrong for everything he did. But you gonna give him half, though? Half? Half?
Look.
Hold on, I got a rebuttal.
Okay.
I got a rebuttal.
This is
Because
crazy.
here's the difference.
For the
car. When you buy you a whip,
Okay.
you already know a car accident is potentially inevitable because there are hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of drivers on the road.
I've never got a car accident.
Hundreds of thousands, if not
I've
millions.
been driving since I've been 16
But
years old.
Shady, what I'm trying to tell you is, if you are relating a marriage to a car accident, the marriage is between two individuals, of which you play 50%. A car accident, you do not play 50%. You could literally get T-boned sitting at a stoplight. You could get fender benders sitting at a stoplight. So to me,
T-boned at a stoplight could be somebody decides to go cheat. Now, if I get T-boned, I'd rather have my seatbelt on so I don't get ejected out that car. The seatbelt is a prenup.
2-5.
Nah, you wrong, dog.
I'm not suggesting that an accident
Your
cannot
comeback
occur.
was weak. I thought you have a good
Weak.
one.
Weak.
I'm not saying an accident can't occur. I'm just saying, Shady, if you get married and you have to put a contract in play, then why are you getting married? That's what I'm trying to ask you.
It's all about protection, though, Acho.
You need protection from a person you just vowed your life to?
Yo, this is what I don't like that you're doing.
Uh-oh. What am I doing?
If you look at, there's a lot of people that get married, love each other, and they get divorced. It happens all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So if you know that, right, in the event that it does happen, why not protect yourself? There's nothing wrong with that. And another thing about prenups that people don't understand, it protects me, but it also protects you.
I'll protect you.
Her, I'm saying.
Yeah, of course.
I don't know what her assets are, what she got. I don't know which money she got in her account. But whatever she got over there is protected. And the same thing with him. Yeah, this is crazy though, dog. That's wild, yo.
Can another unmarried jump in here?
Get in here, kid.
First and foremost, I am very pro prenup. I'm very pro prenup. Do I think I'll get one myself? I don't know yet, but I
Hold
am
on,
pro.
man.
Now listen,
Young man. Young man.
You can't say I'm very pro prenup,
Listen.
but you not pro enough to get it yourself.
Very astute point right there. And this is why channels like mine exist, because although they know that it can be utilized within not only their own best interest, but also her own best interests, they're still fighting the mainstream narrative and the feminist dogma of bullshit. I actually have more respect for someone that is unwillingly ignorant versus someone that is willingly ignorant, because at the end of the day, you knew better. Quick emergency meeting. I was recently searching for my name online and found way too much personal information, which brought me down this weird rabbit hole of how that could have happened, and found out that there's companies out there called data brokers that will sell your data to marketers, scammers, and even stalkers. And it's a nasty, disgusting feeling knowing that there's bad actors out there selling my information, selling your information for profit. But that's why I'm recommending today's sponsor, Aura. Now, I use Aura to automatically remove my information from these sites and keep my information off. But they do other things as well, such as bank fraud and identity theft alerts, VPN access. But guys, utilize my link down in the description box down below for a 14-day trial. At least see if you've been compromised. Privacy is king in this day and age, and you should know if your information is out there. So again, utilize my link, aura.com/MTR, in the description box down below to try 2 weeks free. That's way more than enough time to see if your personal data has been exposed. Go now. They've accepted the bullshit manipulative narrative that signing a prenup or wanting a prenup is a sign of distrust, whereas it is actually an intelligent person's mechanism of risk mitigation. Let's proceed.
No, I don't know. I don't know the situation, right? If I'm talking to a woman that I feel like is maybe at the same financial status and or success that I am at the time of getting married, I think I probably wouldn't get one at that moment, because after that, if I go on to make multi-millions and I go on to be extremely successful, she was there and supported me through that. I feel like at the end of the day, we're sharing our lives together. That's an okay thing to have.
Prenup is only for what you've created prior to the marriage. Prenuptial agreements are not about what is created during the marriage. During the marriage, whatever comes in is both of y'all's. Prenup is prior to the marriage. So effectively, if he signs that $250 million contract and then they get married, irrespective of the work that he put in by his damn self, his wife would be entitled to half of that if it goes wrong.
For you, Acho, to be sitting here, millions, you know what I mean? Crazy bread. Not to pocket watch, but like crazy bread. For you to be sitting there and being like, yeah, I'm not going to get one. What? I think there is a bunch of women that are probably watching this show. Yeah. Not ones that you would want to talk to.
About to get in that DM.
Scheming.
Come on. We got a suck on our hands.
I promise you. I promise you. It's exactly what they sitting there just like that. Because what are you talking about?
Bro, you got but here's the thing. Here's the thing. You have to use more diligence on the front end. Like, don't fly Spirit Airlines. Now, Spirit Airlines of all the airlines actually hasn't crashed. But you got to use
terrible example.
You got to use more diligence on the front end. The dilemma is not enough people using diligence on the front end. If you think both, if cheating is a non-negotiable, and you think you're liable to cheat, or you marrying somebody who's liable to cheat, well then yes, get you a prenup. If cheating is a non-negotiable in that relationship. If you all are equally committed,
but people change stuff. People change.
That's my.
Hey, the person that you marry will never be the person that you divorce. Within his dreamlike state, he thinks that the exact person that walked into the marriage are the exact people that are walking out of with a divorce. This does not happen. People change. People can shift. People can grow together, but some people grow apart. And if you want what you've created prior to the marriage to be yours and yours alone, then you need that contract.
Thing though, people do change.
I know people that was in love, like love, and then, you know, they still are friends now that they're divorced. It happens all the time. My mom and dad been married for mad years, and they super tight still, you know. But if you ask my mom, ask my dad, it was tough. And some people, they stick through it when it's tough, or they walk away. I think some of that is who you are.
Yeah.
I might love this person to death, but when things get hard, I'm not used to fighting back. I'm used to running. I think people don't get a lot of counseling, yo. Like, this is just me talking you know, I'm a psych major. I don't know if you guys remember that. I'm a psych major. And when there's certain traumas that hit you, right?
Yeah.
And you don't know how to deal with it, the easy thing for you to do is walk away.
Yeah.
But we married, we can't do that. So it's bigger than just about some money and all that. It's bigger than that.
My thing is, if divorce rates are already high, 50%, whatever the case may be, one, a prenup is just going to enhance or accelerate your opportunity for divorce.
Wrong.
Because if you got a prenup, you're already just sitting here like, oh, I got an easy way out. That's my first thing. My second thing.
Wrong. Absolutely wrong. And the studies will show the exact opposite of what it is that he is saying. An easy way out is no-fault divorce. And guess what? Women initiate divorce 70% of the time. So they're utilizing that way more often than what men are. But you know what would de-incentivize her from walking away? If she doesn't have access to what you created prior to getting married to her. And now because she's further de-incentivized to go back up on them streets to be an independent queen, y'all gonna have to sit in that marriage office with that counselor and figure it out. Let's go.
Realistically speaking, I don't think, and this is just my experience, I care less about money than I care about the relationship, than I care about the kids, than I care about the nuclear family, than I care about a two-parent household that my kids can grow up in. Yeah. And so for me, I'm not as concerned about money. I've been fired from jobs before, and shout out to everybody sitting to my left, to my right, and everybody in the back. We've created a seven-figure entity.
Right.
We can make money. Yeah. I can make money. Do I want to
listen? All the OnlyFans chicks, yeah, they're gonna be lying. Maybe this is a tactic. Maybe he's doing this on purpose so he can get all of them DMs from all of these women. I'm gonna try to set his ass up. He looking like a sucker right now. He looking like a lick, right? Looking like a heavy payday.
Find a new wife? Do I want to find new kids? That to me is harder. Finding money hasn't been hard for me. Finding more family, more stability, to me, that's harder than finding money. Money you can find.
So you always. So another thing is, you know, when I talk to you, right? That's why I'm trying to tell people, like, everybody's different. You speak like somebody that comes from a good household, that have money. Mm-hmm. What happens if you didn't grow up like that? And now, shit, you ain't never have nothing. So now you finally get something. You're like, all right, I'm gonna protect this just fully. You get what I'm saying? So that's why I think we can look at things differently, because I know some dudes that like, man,
But you came from that household.
I'm just saying,
2-parent home, married
yeah, but I'm
parents?
talking about in general, just having money,
Got
not
you.
having money. Like, I never want to go back to not having no money, because I seen what that looks like. And then we wasn't like project poor or nothing like that. I'm just saying, I know people that had $0, okay, and now they got money and want to protect it. Another thing I want to ask you is,
Good point.
because you said like you can always make money again and all that, right? But what if your financial advisor said, look, man, yo, everything he tells me, I believe, because I never want to go back to not having no money at all. And you see all these horror stories about these athletes. If you notice, the 4 things that they go broke, divorce is one of them.
Check.
Yep.
Child sports and all that's one of them.
Yeah.
Investing in restaurants.
Oh, wow.
And I think the last one is like gambling or something like that. So knowing that divorce is one of them, and your financial advisor, you pay all this money to protect all your assets and build this big kingdom you got of money, and he says, yo, we gonna get a prenup no matter what. You believe in him. You trust in him.
Yeah.
So why would you do it?
Go ahead.
Can I push back on two things for you, Shady?
I'm signing that thing, man.
The married man.
So number one, the situation you brought up where sometimes the love just grows apart, right?
It happens.
I don't think you, in theory, should need a prenup. If we can end the marriage amicably, then we can walk away and it doesn't have to be vitriolic. And it's like,
never,
I want 50% of what you got.
This
But it
kid.
never happens like that, though.
No, you can't
Yo.
say never. When two people love each other and they just grow apart, that is a very different
What about
Dog.
divorce than somebody that got caught cheating
I know, but if
or
we
had a
going up-
mistress or...
But if you have all this, and I don't have as much, but we're together, so it's like we have it all.
Yep.
And then you take your piece, you got all your big stuff, and I got my little bit of stuff.
Yep.
She might not like that.
Yeah.
Or he might not like, whoever it is. So,
Yeah.
bro, that happens.
Yeah.
We are human beings that have real emotions.
Yep, that's
You
fair.
know what I'm saying?
Dog.
So now,
and
she's like,
it's not even just about the human beings, but it's also divorce is a business. I repeat, divorce is a business. You don't believe me? Ask divorce lawyers. Oh, ask divorce counselors. And I'm not talking about the type of like psychological counselors that help you from like anxiety, separation, grief, depression, co-parenting. I'm talking about asset divorce counselors, and they will instruct you how to relieve the other person of the most amount of money within a divorce strategically. Like they'll coach you on, oh, it's 9 years and 2 months. You better make it beyond that 10-year mark. There's counselors out there, certifications to give people support in attaining as much as what they can. So, and y'all just walking up into this blind without protecting yourself on the front end? What contractual agreement ever do you create and you do not have an exit plan? Which one? Besides this one that they have convinced you is normal or natural to have, one of which that's signed by the government. Oh, y'all look crazy.
well, he or she, my life will be different. Now, I'm watching what I'm buying. I'm watching my monthly spending. But with you together, I never watched that.
Yeah.
That matters, though.
Okay, so then my second pushback would be, why get married?
That part.
Because you want to be with it. Because
No,
kids.
ain't no cause I want to. No, it ain't no cause
That part.
why get married?
For kids, because you can't tell women marry before you carry, and then also you just start creating them out of wedlock, right? Like there is a fundamental, right? Like it's not congruent, okay? But men generally who rationalize these thoughts, right? They understand that the majority of marriage benefits are not really for the man if he is the breadwinner. They understand that the majority
benefit
is family creation. Let's
Go.
go.
Why just not stay
single?
Stay single. Just live
Just be in
together.
a partnership.
Do all the married things.
You know what y'all
Be
doing?
together. Live together. Do all the. Just
could
don't
see
get
something
married.
good. Shady.
I keep saying it. You guys are living in this black and white area. Y'all don't live in the gray. Like the real world where people got real feelings.
But okay,
What?
yeah, that's it.
If
You can
why
have
you
real
get
feelings and
married?
not get married.
Hold on.
bro,
But to
what?
Shady's point, if we want to talk about real feelings, you also have to acknowledge what a prenup is communicating.
Yeah.
Now,
From the jump as
whether
the
or not you
foundation
care
of your
about
marriage.
communicating that is one thing.
Did
But
this
a
man
prenup
grow up in a 2-parent household? Like, I'm starting to think that, like, in order to get the bag that they got, like, over there, you just have to just say things that never appreciate a man's point and or existence. You must continue to placate to the female, or even when you're on, like, a sports podcast, you must still do that. It's just about, what is it that you just communicate? And, like, think of businesses forming partnerships and they're worried about what a contract is communicating. This is the softest shit. You guys signed contract. You guys got ad sponsors. Do y'all care about when you're negotiating ad sponsorship dollars? Do you care about what it's communicating, that you're asking for a lot of money? Y'all doing gambling sponsorships and all of the shit. Do y'all really care about it? Or is it important to communicate your value or your worth? Oh, just don't ask for a lot of money because, it's just going to make me feel bad because of what it might communicate.
It's communicating, hey, there is a chance this ends.
Well, also,
and to me, I don't want to step into something
that is not the foundation you want your marriage built on.
With a chance of it ending.
Yo, let me ask a question though. I want y'all for real to y'all too, because y'all really on this topic. Give me 2 things in life that's guaranteed. That's guaranteed it's gonna happen.
Death and taxes.
Death. That's it.
Taxes.
Them 2 things.
Yep.
So you can guarantee that these things are gonna happen.
Yep.
That's it. That's it. So everything else you can't guarantee. I want to be with her
Good point.
forever because I love her. But I can't guarantee you that's always going to happen.
But can't I?
Because you can't.
But can't I guarantee you if it's not a I
just
want to
told-
be with you, I love you,
You
it
just
will
told,
end.
no. You just told me.
Cook,
brother.
brother.
And your license guy with the good hair just told me.
My dog back
There's
here.
only 2 things in life that's guaranteed.
Yep.
Right?
Correct.
So you can't talk about no other guarantee than that. You know what I'm saying?
Fair.
You're protecting yourself.
So let me chime in here
Protect
real quick.
yourself from marriage.
Chime
Just
in,
don't
chime
give
in.
me.
Let me chime in here real quick. Just because we live in the United States of America.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
we do.
The divorce rate in the United States of America
High. Is what
is
it
very
is.
high.
Right.
It's an estimated 41% of first marriages
almost
will end
50.
in divorce. Second and third marriages, that number climbs to 60 and 73% will end in divorce if that happens. Now, obviously, we all don't foresee that circumstance being for ourselves, but
Wait, could you say the latter half of that stat again?
second marriages are a 60% chance of ending in divorce.
So
Third
it
marriages-
increases
it
after
increases
the first
after
Every
the first
new-
one.
yeah.
I'm gonna just bank it. Yeah,
No,
I'm
no,
just bank it. Please
No,
continue.
I'm just saying, but listen.
Please continue.
But still, first marriages,
Yep.
estimated 41% of them in
Yep.
the divorce is what they're saying. So I mean, 61% of, I'm sorry, goodness gracious, my
It's
numbers.
way higher for black
69%. I said 59.
59.
What am I saying? I don't know my name. Look, 59% of marriages will be successful, but the other 41% will be ending in divorce, according to these studies, right? My thing is, I can control me. I am the only person I am in control of.
True.
That woman could fall out of bed, hit her head, her brain chemistry could be altered. Next thing you know, I'm not the person. She doesn't have the same value. Whatever it is, things could change.
Yeah.
And if I don't think I'm gonna get one simply because I think I'm gonna get with someone before I end up making all of the crazy money. But
Okay.
I think if you're in a situation like a Dak Prescott where you just signed a $240 million deal, he already has 2 children with the woman. The woman is going to be financially taken care of. If you're in his situation, if you're in a situation like Acho, I think you should do your due diligence to protect your assets moving forward, simply because people can change, and you already have a pre-established amount of wealth that you're walking into this relationship with.
Somebody call on me. Call on me. Thank you.
Okay.
But what's your biggest asset? Your spouse.
Okay.
Your biggest asset is your spouse.
I hear that.
So if you want to talk about protecting your assets, not just protecting them physically, it's also protecting them emotionally and protecting the foundation of that relationship.
Okay.
So to me, a prenup is not necessarily
Yes,
protecting the
queen.
emotional aspect of your spouse. Now, if your spouse is chilling, your spouse comes from multi-millions too, and she's like, oh, prenup this, prenup that, bet y'all are on the same page. But to me, you said something fascinating. Trey, I'm going to steal it from you.
Wait a minute. Did he just say if she's the breadwinner and she's talking about prenup, then he's got no problem with it? So the man don't have no feelings in that case. It's just placating to her feelings. This brother right here.
Ends in divorce 41% of the time. Second marriage ends in divorce 60+% of the time. That is because more than likely you've now already garnered in your mind that divorce is something that is okay. So that thus it increases.
Okay.
A prenup is also communicating divorce is something that is okay.
That's where you're wrong.
So to me, it's just like you are already
incorrect.
entering into a situation with an escape route.
Can I ask this
That's
question?
You can answer whatever you
wrong.
want to. Follow your show.
If you before you were
They
married,
should correct him here.
and you accumulate all this money and fame and success, and then you meet somebody, you start loving her, and now we get married. Do you think that's okay to get a prenup? The stuff that you got even before you even knew the lady?
That's where I'm at.
Oh shit. Hold up. Excuse my language. So that too? You that matters to you too? Like before I even knew her, and I got all this money and all that. Oh, that's crazy.
So
What part?
That's crazy, bro. I'm good.
look,
Good luck.
He's effectively communicating that if he didn't have no money and she had money, and if she wanted a prenup, okay, all's well is good. I'll do that for the whatever you want, queen. Whatever you want, baby. Boo-boo ka-choo. I'll do whatever it is that you want. But if he has the money and he's communicating prenup to her, no, what does that communicate about the marriage, right? I just care about her feelings, okay? This ain't gonna end, baby. Meanwhile, she's over there like bird hands and Birdman hands together, like, oh, I just can't wait. How old am I right now? I got like 10 years. Give me all of this shit. She gonna take this podcast. She gonna take everything, baby. But the willful. They're both willfully ignorant. Well, his situation is a little bit different because he's saying he ain't got shit, right? Like, and I don't know how true that actually is. But of course, if you ain't got a pot to piss in, going the prenup route, right, there's less benefits, right? There's less advantages, okay?
And your wedding, your marriage, I'm going to be there too. I'm going to be there for you.
Shady gonna be there.
That's crazy though. Because come on, man.
look, man.
I do. Here's what I think. If you have money and you're on the side of no prenup, you just got to be hella diligent.
But the thing is this,
Yeah,
like
and
you gotta be hella
but
diligent.
that's what marriage should be
But this
about
gotta be
anyway.
hella
You
diligent.
shouldn't be
You
rushing
shouldn't,
into a
but
marriage
this is
with
my-
anyone that you cannot trust with your life. You would not lay down your life for, and
But
that
there's
you
some
don't,
guys
that
do,
you
they're
aren't
probably
committed.
lover.
But
the
who you
problem
go in
like,
with
y'all
is
live
not
in
who
this
exits.
White and black area, y'all live in a real where people they love their husband, they love their wives, and they got friends. And
They be
something
ready to
wrong
kill
happens
each other in
a
divorce
relationship,
court.
And maybe the friends that are influencing them the wrong information. We all have friends where like, damn, they get bad stuff in your ear. Now you start believing the narrative. You start believing that. That happens in real life. Or anything can happen. That's what I'm saying. Anything can happen. Yeah. My problem is, y'all like that can't happen. Y'all act like it can't happen. Like people have real feelings and emotions.
It
And they get
definitely
mad. And yeah, like anything can happen. So
I definitely can't. I think
The one that I often think about is the Tyrese situation, right? Like, what more do you want from me? And the young lady that he got married to, okay, and him just being so confused at the end of this that how much money that she needs, how much money that she wants, whether it be through, child support or spousal support to substantiate what her life is going to look like after. Well, guess what? He didn't get a prenup. And also, guess what? The woman has talked previously about how she got people in her ear that convinced her he isn't doing enough as a husband or at what she deserves as a wife. And because those people, and she's admitted it was like her family, her mama, her friends, they got up into her ear, she then took this step, which now she regrets. She now regrets allowing people to get into her ear, but that could be the T-bone, right? In his previous example, that could just happen out of nowhere. And while he's out on the road making money, she's back at home receiving information in order to T-bone the marriage. Let's go.
the prenup's nothing wrong with that because it protects both of us.
I think where Acho's coming from though too is
tripping, yo.
I
Tripping,
do
big
realize
tripping.
that it's a possibility. I'm not blinded to the fact, but if that does become my reality, I'm more so grieving the relationship or the holy vow that I place forward.
That's what it is
more
for
than
me.
I am the
money.
assets, the money.
That's where I'm at.
And
too,
I hear that though. I agree with that.
If I get married and get divorced, mind you, I don't. My parents been married maybe 44 years. Sisters married, other sisters married, brothers married. And so I haven't seen divorce. That's not something that I want.
Me
so
either.
like if I
can I say this real quick? Can I cut you off?
Yes, sir.
I know some Hall of Fame players that made a lot of money. They got divorced, and they made some bad decisions financially, right? And then they get divorced. They got no money left. Yeah. Think of how that sounds, though. I'm on the field.
Put your body on the line.
Legs, broken jaws, all type of stuff. Bad back, bad knees, right? Not saying she had no parts of that because she didn't, but she was there with me. And now we have a divorce, and now half my assets is going to half.
She was there for the ups and the downs, though.
Do you think though 2-5 though because
that's the same?
Hold on, no 2-5.
She was there for the.
Do
whole
you
time.
think? Do you think it's because of either because my parents are married, but your parents are married, or do you think it's because I just don't think it's hard to make money?
I think two things. I think one, you never really have, in my opinion, you never had no real struggle financially and nothing. You know what I'm saying? You know, you went to all boys school that was like paid for, right?
Yeah.
Like that's
Private school,
You know what I'm saying? I went to private school, but it was like recruitment type. You know what I'm saying? You know, and then like, you know, your parents got good money. They got doctors and all that. Education's big. You know, your brother, your mom, and your sister, like they got.
It's abundance
so you haven't seen
mindset.
that part of like the gray area. Where shit is tough, and we watch when we go and get.
So then, shouldn't I do my best to make sure I don't see that part? Then, like, if you advising me, you
Sure.
got your psychology
But you're
degree,
kinda
shouldn't you be like, hey, keep doing what they was doing, Ach?
Yeah, you blind to it though, and you in a different light. Like even your brother, he played ball, but I think y'all kind of different because, you know, you in a space of getting your opinions, and you go at the culture a little bit, right? Your thing is, if it's wrong to me, it's wrong to me. You ain't trying to, which I like. You ain't trying to just fit in. So now it causes chaos. Man, Acho, he this, he that, he ain't with the blacks, or he ain't with, you know what I mean? Because you don't just go with what's cool. You know what I mean? Where your brother, not saying he do, but it's like he's more chill.
Yeah.
Oh, what's going on? I'm cool over there. You know what I mean? So, but when we talk about this, like certain things having a real opinion, it's like you're not wrong because that's what you've seen. You know what I mean? I see my mom and dad, like they was great. You know, like my mom, that was perfect. We one of the only families in the hood that had, you know, two parents together. You know what I mean? Even in school, it was like a thing where I had to fight a lot because they thought we was weak because of that. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm telling you is, you only seen one way. Yeah. Like a lot of your friends growing up, like they wasn't, none of them dudes like project or trying to steal your clothes. You get what I'm saying?
I think it's
so you don't know that part of like, yo,
because
this is all I got. If I had nothing and then I got something, it's like, yo, I gotta protect this because.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Let me
Ain't no difference.
Okay, he hears him. Okay, guys, I'm gonna leave a link to this down in the description box down below in case you guys want to finish it off. I think this is like, I went through like 70% of this. Now, what's interesting is that I said something, and I said that this is of the abundance mindset. And I'll tell you guys what, right? Like having an abundance mindset, right? Like you're not thinking about defense. And I don't care what it is, sports team, whatever. You can have the best offense that you can in the world, the most abundant offense that you can in the world. But if your defense is trash, if your D ain't there, if you ain't mitigating the risk of what their offense is going to do, then you will lose. Time and damn time again. But we are watching the mindset of, you know, when you see these like henpecked husbands that our tails are tucked between their legs because they're now lost their leverage in the marriage, and now they have to succumb to whatever environment that is being created. And again, I'm not talking about the generally good heart or the good intentions that go into the marriage. I'm talking about right after the marriage is been going through for a couple of years. Y'all made it to that 7-year, right? What they call it, the 7-year itch. Things start to shift, move, change, and then now you lose yourself, components of yourself, for fear of what will now be the consequence now that I have not protected at least what I've created previous to this thing starting. Inevitably, marriage, and I will say this time and time again on this channel, marriage, who you decide to wake up to each and every day, is one of the most important decisions a person will ever make. And when you have the government write this serious legal contract from person to person, and you don't even know the contract, you don't even know what it reads, you don't even know what's in it, and you signing your name on a dotted line. Meanwhile, you have this cultural zeitgeist that is making you feel bad for asking this because of her emotions. Meanwhile, there's not a contract on this planet that you would sign and not, for A, read the contract, and for B, have an exit plan if the, for lack of a better term, partnership or marriage was to end. Then you're just setting yourself up to lose, baby. You got tricked by the emotions. You got tricked by the romance. You got tricked by the way that the memory glands sit up on that chest, or the suppleness of them hind quarters, right? Or the symmetricalness of her face. You got tricked, baby. All right, you got tricked by the tears, right? And I know there's a lot of divorced men that are probably watching this content right now, like, speak to him, MTR, speak. All right, because the suffering that I've gone through. Go talk to any divorce attorney. Shit, I should have had the lead attorney walk through this content with me. Talk to any. The amount of men that he's seen walk through tears, broken, not themselves, ready to, take that toaster and leave it plugged in and drop it into that filled up tub. You know what I'm saying? It's real. It's real. So we got to be able to have these conversations to continue to inform, because if it's not for the complete ignorance of like an Achu, then it's the willful ignorance of the young brother over here to the left. And I understand all of our situations, can be inevitably different at the end of the day, but to understand the importance of it, but not to be considering it, although I understand his point, seems to me a bit short-sighted. I think of it as, prenups are not something put in place to destroy the spirit, but in fact, it's something to help both of you approach commitment with clarity and with resolve. So you don't walk into a marriage without figuring out these very important things, but you get to ask these things early, which establishes goodwill on the onset. All right, guys. Let me know what y'all think about this content down up in the comment box down below. Shout out to everybody over there at the Speak Easy podcast for teeing this up so we can have a great conversation over here. But yeah, let me know what you think down up into the podcast. And shout out to today's sponsor, Aura, for continuing to sponsor the channel. Guys, Aura is what I utilize to remove my private information off of these public websites. Make sure you use my link down below, because you're going to get 2 weeks free to at least see if your private information has been exposed. You do not want these scammers to have access to your information, especially if they already do. All right. But yeah, utilize my link down below. Go forth with the information presented within this content right here and prosper. Until next time. Peace.
So without further ado, MTR, cut through the BS like we in charge. No cap with the rappers like steel bars. I'm packing and rapping like here we are. Mediocre tutorial reviews. Like, comment, share my views. Come up and I paid my dues. Big step in my black way shoes. MTR, he break it down, yeah, it's MTR. Check out the sound with his MTR. No one put it down like it's MTR.